I got involved in the climate movement really after the 2016 election. I knew it was, time for me to step forward.
I was here during Sandy in 2012, and I just saw the havoc that the superstorm wrought on the city.
Growing up, I just thought, the grown-ups are taking care of it, it's fine. And then suddenly I realized, oh no, the grown-ups didn't deal with it. I knew I had to do something, whatever I could.
When I joined 350 Brooklyn, I knew I would be making a difference. But when I found out that Energy Efficiency and Jobs Act got passed, I was just I was a part of this, I'm kind of making history here.
350 Brooklyn has given me multiple opportunities to be an activist.
We have people of all ages, all backgrounds, all interests, and all time commitments, and they all have different ways that they can get involved with what we're doing.
.350 Brooklyn. It's kind of like having a community that you meet with every week or whenever you have time.
If you're brand new to this movement, there's a place for you.
I started showing up for Power Hour, which is Monday from 12 to 1.
Our power hours are structured in a really simple way. We do a quick intro of the topic for that day, learn a little bit about what we're going to be calling and emailing about. We use our toolkit and we make those calls, calling the governor about an issue or calling the speaker of the New York City Council about a particular issue.
So that is something practical, right? You're using your voice, you're asking your elected officials, here's something I'm seeing, and here's something I want you to do for me.
One of our actions, we wrote postcards to Governor Hochul about a pica plant and asking her not to renew the permit for this pica plant. And we had all these kids draw beautiful postcards, and it happened that maybe 2 weeks later, the Governor Hochul denied the permit for the pica plant, and I was able to tell these kids we did something, and that was just beautiful.
We have a podcast called Climate Check to interview different people that are doing things again within Brooklyn and are actively working towards fighting the climate crisis. This podcast team started with a group of people that all had an interest and desire in making it happen, but really had little to no experience in actually producing a podcast. So for our first season, we were really figuring all of that out, figuring out what works best for us as a team and really how to make it the best that it can be.
Recently, our 5K, Run for Your Lives. It was a really great fundraiser. We just wanted to bring all of the folks in Brooklyn that maybe hadn't even met in person yet because we've been isolated for so long throughout the pandemic, but also to all the people in Prospect Park who maybe hadn't heard of us before, to come together, raise some money, and run or walk a 5K.
So even if you know nothing about the inner workings of politics or the science of climate change or how government works, you should still come and they'll find a place for you.
It's a good mixture of really old school, calling legislators, doing your research, as well as hey, it's time to get out in the street and march.
Living in New York City and New York State, we have elected officials who, if we push them enough, they might do things, and they have done things that set a precedent for the rest of the country. So we really can make a huge impact here as New Yorkers.
I think joining 350 Brooklyn or an organization like 350 Brooklyn is a great way to combat anxiety and despair, and it's also been a lot of fun.
Every human, no matter what age, is a part of this.
At 350 Brooklyn, we really work on our campaigns to have lots of little things that get done. Most of our members work. Most of our members can only give a little bit of time to this. But if a lot of people make phone calls to a legislator, if a lot of people sign a petition or go to a rally against a power plant, it's amazing how effective we are. Collectively, we can get a lot done.